I'm Shereem Herndon-Brown, founder and president of Strategic Admissions Advice. And in today's video, we're going to talk about demonstrated interest. I don't know if that's a strange term for some of you, particularly juniors, sophomores, class of 2024 and 2025 parents. What demonstrated interest is documented contact with an admissions office to demonstrate interest. Now, I'm a big believer in it. What I don't want is for you or your child, your teenager, to become overly aggressive in their communication with a college, but to be assertive, to lobby for who they are and why going to this particular school is important to them. Some schools take demonstrated interest into consideration when evaluating students. Not every school, but it's important to find out what schools you and your child are considering and applying to that actually factor demonstrated interest into their decision making. Now, what does exactly mean? Well, it can mean many things. Ultimately, colleges want to be loved. They want the right applicants applying to their school for the right reasons. And the only way they can do that is if a student visits, goes to meets them at a college fair, likes their social media. Very, very important. Colleges actually track, does a student care enough to like or follow our social media? Do you engage with their admissions officer when they're in town? If they're locally doing a reception or they're coming to a school, these are things that factor into demonstrated interest. Of course, the biggest one is applying early decision if it's a first choice school, but having some kind of rapport, engaging with the school authentically, genuinely because you're interested, has a lot of weight, or can, have a lot of weight in an application process. What's most important, however, is to remember that not every school uses this, but for those that do, they want to be loved. This is a yield game. They want students to be admitted to their school that want them. You just applying to the school doesn't suggest that you're actually going to come. If they admit you because you've demonstrated interest and you have the grades, scores, essays, recommendations that make the most sense for them as per their admissions requirements, they want to know that if they admit you, that you're going to come. So demonstrating interest early makes a lot of sense for the future. It's funny. Just last week, I have a student who's waitlisted at a school, and because it's one of her top choices, she actually visited to continue to demonstrate interest. She met with the admissions officer, and the admissions officer she asked the admissions officer, so what else can I do to show you that if admitted, I will come? Only thing he said was, by being here now. You're demonstrating interest. So following social media, going to their receptions, if they have them locally, when they visit your school or a neighboring school, you show interest. Emailing them a question, an informed question, often shows that this kid cares. These are human beings on the other side of the admissions table, and we want to make sure that you're engaging them appropriately, not aggressively, but appropriately and assertively in a way that will help your student to be evaluated ideally in your favor, but more importantly, in a way that is an exchange of ideas. So how can we help you? Ultimately, as Strategic Admissions Advice, we help students to identify, apply to the right schools for the right reasons. And once that happens, we encourage them to demonstrate interest at schools that factor into consideration. So we want to help you and your child to engage with the school by going on a tour, by going to an information session, by emailing them appropriately at the right time of year to advocate for themselves, okay? So have a strategy session with us. Allow us to engage in a way that we can help you and your child to demonstrate interest at the right schools for the right reasons, and hopefully you'll have college admission success.